Hello and welcome to this practice session for the Luton Taxi Knowledge Test. This segment covers both crucial UK highway code rules and specific geographical and licensing knowledge required for licensed drivers in Luton. What is the minimum legal tire tread depth for a car in the UK? 1.6 millimeters across the central 3/4 of the breadth. This is the minimum legal requirement to ensure adequate grip and safety on wet roads. Ready for the next one. What is the maximum speed limit on a motorway for a car unless otherwise shown 70 miles per hour? This is the national speed limit for cars on motorways. Time for a new question. What color light follows the amber light at a set of traffic signals? Green. The green light follows the amber light after it has appeared with red, signaling that a driver may proceed. Moving along now. What shape is a sign that gives orders or instructions? Circular. Circular signs in the UK Highway Code are mandatory, giving either a positive instruction, blue, or a prohibition, red trim. Let's see this one. What does a sign with a red triangle and a symbol of two children running mean? School children crossing ahead. Red triangles are warning signs, and this specific symbol alerts drivers to a school crossing area. Next question up. What is the minimum insurance required to drive a licensed vehicle? Third-party insurance. This is the minimum legal requirement to cover injury or damage to others. Take a moment for this one. Where is stopping strictly forbidden on a public highway? On zigzag lines at a pedestrian crossing. Zigzag lines indicate the approach and exit areas of a crossing where stopping would endanger pedestrians and block visibility. On to the next topic. What is the 2-second rule used for? To maintain a safe distance in dry conditions. This rule is a simple way to estimate a safe following distance, allowing enough time to react and stop. Moving ahead. What is the minimum recommended following distance in wet weather? 4-second gap. In wet conditions, braking distance is double, so a 4-second gap is recommended for safety. Here's another one. What is the penalty for using a handheld mobile phone while driving? 6 penalty points and a fine. This is a serious offense due to the high risk of distraction resulting in a mandatory 6-point penalty. Ready for the next one? What must you do if you become aware of a large emergency vehicle approaching from behind with lights flashing? Pull over to the side of the road safely to let it pass. The law requires drivers to take safe and immediate action to allow emergency vehicles to proceed. Time for a new question. What should a driver do if their vehicle breaks down on the motorway? Move to the hard shoulder and call for assistance. The hard shoulder is the designated safe area for breakdowns. The driver must then call for professional assistance. Moving along now. When are you allowed to park on double yellow lines? Never for a licensed vehicle. Double yellow lines signify that stopping and parking are prohibited at any time, except for limited circumstances that do not apply to waiting for a fare. Let's see this one. What does a flashing amber light on a traffic signal mean? Proceed if the way is clear, but give way to pedestrians. This indicates a warning and requires drivers to proceed with extreme caution, prioritizing pedestrians. Next question up. What does a white painted arrow on a blue circle mean? A road where traffic must travel in the direction of the arrow. Blue circular signs with a white arrow give a mandatory instruction, in this case, a one-way street or required direction of travel. Take a moment for this one, which is the main railway station in Luton's town centre. Luton Station. This is the primary national rail station serving the town centre. On to the next topic. Which motorway is junction 10 of significance to Luton? M1. Junction 10 of the M1 is the main and most heavily used access point for the town of Luton. Moving ahead. Which road provides direct access from the M1 to London Luton Airport, LTN, A505 Airport Way? The A505 is the arterial road connecting the motorway to the airport. Here's another one. What is the name of the main hospital serving the town Luton and Dunstable University Hospital? This is the major acute hospital serving Luton and the surrounding area. Ready for the next one. What is the name of the football stadium for Luton Town FC, Kenilworth Road? This is the historic home stadium of the football club. Time for a new question. Which building is the main administrative headquarters for Luton Borough Council? Town Hall. The Town Hall is the central building for the local authority. Moving along now. What is the name of the river that flows through Luton River Lee? The River Lee originates near Luton and flows through the town. Let's see this one. Which university campus is centrally located in Luton? University of Bedfordshire. The main campus of the University of Bedfordshire is a key landmark in the town centre. Next question up. Which large leisure complex contains a cinema and restaurants in the town centre? The Galaxy Centre. The Galaxy Centre is the well-known location for entertainment and dining in the heart of Luton. Take a moment for this one. The A6 road generally runs in which direction through Luton north to south? The A6 is a major north-south route that passes through the town. On to the next topic. Which popular park is located in the northern area of Luton? Wardown Park. Wardown Park is a large, well-known park housing a museum and is located in the north of Luton. Moving ahead, which main road connects Luton to Dunstable? A505. The A505 is the primary road linking the two towns. Here's another one. The name of the main shopping center in Luton is the Mall Luton. The Mall Luton is the central enclosed retail area. Ready for the next one. The main venue for arts and creative industries in Luton's cultural quarter is the Hat Factory Arts Center. This venue is a key cultural hub in the town. Time for a new question. Which historic mansion and hotel is located to the south of Luton? Luton Who? Luton Hoo is a prominent and well-known estate and hotel located just outside the town's southern boundary. Moving along now, which large retail park is located near the M1? Junction 11, Gallagher Retail Park. Gallagher Retail Park is a major shopping area situated close to the M1. Let's see this one. Which town is directly north of Luton on the A6 road? Bedford. Bedford is the next major settlement north of Luton along the A6. Next question up. What is the name of the business park near the airport? Capability Green. Capability Green is the large, well-known business park located adjacent to London Luton Airport. Take a moment for this one. What is the main road that leads towards Hitchin from Luton A505? The A505 also runs east from Luton toward Hitchin. On to the next topic. Which village is located immediately to the east of Luton near the airport? Slip End. Slip End is a small village situated directly east of the main airport area. Moving ahead. What is the maximum age a vehicle can be when first licensed as a private hire vehicle, PHV? In Luton, 5 years old. Luton Council has this age limit to ensure the fleet is modern and well maintained. Here's another one. How often must a licensed vehicle undergo a safety inspection after its first year? Every 6 months. Frequent inspections are required to maintain the safety and standard of licensed vehicles. Ready for the next one. How many days does a licensed driver have to notify the council of an accident involving their vehicle? 7 days. This mandatory notification period allows the council to assess the vehicle's fitness and the driver's suitability. Time for a new question. Which document must a licensed driver prominently wear when driving a licensed vehicle? Their council-issued driver ID badge. The driver ID badge is a key public safety measure assuring the passenger that the driver is licensed. Moving along now, what must a private hire vehicle, PHV, display on its front doors? The operator's name and advance bookings only to validate insurance. This text is required by the council to clearly identify the PHV and communicate the legal necessity for pre-booking. Let's see this one. If a passenger pays a 15-note fare with a 20 note, what is the correct change? Do 50 minus 15 equals 500. Next question up. If the fare is 4.0 plus 1.50 per mile, what is the total fare for a 6-mile journey 13.0 miles? The calculation is 4.00 plus 6 miles like 1.50 per mile equals 4.00 plus 9 on 13.0. Take a moment for this one. What must a driver do if a passenger leaves lost property in their licensed vehicle? Hand it to a police station or the council within 24 hours. Drivers have a legal obligation to report and surrender lost property promptly. On to the next topic. What is the required color for the council-issued private hire vehicle plate in Luton? Yellow. Yellow is the specific color used for private hire vehicle plates in Luton, distinguishing them from hackney carriages. Moving ahead. If the waiting time charge is 30 pence per minute, how much is the charge for 5 minutes 1.50? The calculation is 5 minutes x 0.30 per minute equals 1.50. Here's another one. What must a licensed driver produce for inspection upon request by a police officer or authorized council officer? Their hackney carriage or private hire driver's license. Licensed drivers must always be ready to prove their licensing status to the authorities. Ready for the next one. A fare is 17.75. A passenger pays with a 20 note. What is the amount of change 2.25 2020 minus 17.75 equals 2.25? Time for a new question. What must a driver do if they are arrested for any offense? Report it to the licensing authority immediately or within 7 days. A driver's licensing status is contingent on their suitability, making prompt reporting of an arrest mandatory. Moving along now. If your private hire vehicle has a fault that makes it unsafe to drive, what must you do? Immediately cease using the vehicle until the fault is repaired and inform the council. Safety is paramount, and the council must be informed when a licensed vehicle is taken off the road due to a defect. That concludes our review of the Luton Taxi Knowledge Test questions. Good luck with your licensing.